game. That is gonna be match point. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going in over to the land of Dawn. We want to see more popping off for the side of Donut. We want to see Azu be able to win in the early game. What would it be? And would that be possible? As we jump right in over to the land of Dawn right now, Kozen already losing half HP between these two trades, between Donut and Kozen himself. D7 right into the face of Kane. Expensive flicker. Buys not much time actually. It's not too bad. Their Fanny still managed to be ahead in terms of creep clear, but it's not crazy. But we'll talk about lane priority for now. When it comes down to the lane priority, we do have got the Juicin, Mathilda. Okay, I would say the Grok plus Lunox definitely have gotten the lane prior. They should be able to clear the wave pretty darn fast and pretty good damage right off the early game. With Akira as well as PP, we are not having a lot of HP to work with. They generally and always will wander and need to go back home, putting a really tough spot for the mid lane influence. So Pro Esports, they should be able to go to the top lane or bottom lane whenever they want. But in terms of wave clear up to the top lane, see you soon do have the prio at level 4 onwards. Lapu should be able to do quite a number. No, wait, never mind. Alice is pretty much unkillable at that point. So you can't really do too much to the Alice right there. But Azu looking for the ramp that I was talking about. He did manage to ramp up when it comes down to that first blood. He still won in that factor. He still won in that. So I think that that's pretty okay. Kozen only at level 3. Star joins into the fray. Quick flicker. Get himself right out of the dodge. Star did not manage to get a kill, but it's not gonna matter too much. But he really needs to make his way over to the turtle pit up to the top. Luckily, we're looking at expanding rivers after all, so everyone can move in tandem. But to see a Granger moving along as well, that's a surprise. Shadow literally right in the face of Pro Esports gets pulled all the way back with the guiding wind, so he's gonna be fine. But Azu does not have a lot of HP to work with. While in the meantime, quick little flicker from Sorian Phoenix completely whiffing out the TOR. As such, Azu still manages to take the turtle down. Pro Esports have got a great start right now with the lander flare that lands onto D7, but not quite enough to get any kills. Both teams is gonna get out of the fight completely unscathed. Another stun down on the Kozen! The PP picks up the kill! And that is see you soon with a lead of about 700 gold. While all of that is happening, while Kozen made his way all the way up to the top lane, I don't think that he managed to pull off anything amazing, and I don't think that he managed to rip any form of reward. As such, the fact that he went up and didn't do anything is gonna put him in a tough spot, because now it is a free turret in favor of that Granger. And Akira goes down to the combination of D7 and Sao. So everything is working towards what I would expect in the early game phase. Pro Esports is taking the game when it comes down to the priority, but not exactly winning in terms of the economy just yet. But Kozen needs to be really careful, because he's actually entering these team fights a little bit early. Because Pro Esports, they don't have priority in the mid lane and the rivers just yet. And typically only when you do get priority, and if you do manage to kind of shove the members of Series 2 because you are far ahead, then and only then would I expect Kozen to start moving around a lot more aggressively. But he's already doing all of that. As such, he lost the bottom lane T1, which actually works against what he wants to do, which is ramping up the early. If you take a look, he's currently 2,500 gold as compared to the Brody at 2,800 gold. Each of them have got their first item that's already been built up. I would say the same for both of the jungler. However, Yi Sun-shin still has got the better farm than the Fanny, based on the fact that Fanny really requires kills to be able to snowball and ramp up. While for Kane, as a Yi Sun-shin, he can just farm in the jungles and the lanes in order to get the farm that he requires to kind of put himself on top of Fanny. So any minute that Fanny don't get a kill is a minute that he's gonna be behind of Kane. The TOR lands onto Donut, and that is going to be the tectonic charge that lands on Donut, allowing the kill over to the side of Kozen. Oh wait, that's the first item Hunter Strike on Kozen, not a Sky Piercer. That would have been 10 stacks. That would have been 10 stacks. But no, it's not 10 stacks. Would have, should have, could have. But now, the turtle is currently available. We're currently expecting to see a little bit more action, I would say, from both of these two teams. But it doesn't seem like they will want to do too much, right? Because Pro Esports, they already they have Fanny. They want to play early. Well, for See You Soon, they have the Matilda. They can play very aggressively. But speaking of which, that's going to be AZ that takes out the turtle. Shadow is going to be putting himself right into the heart of the enemies. While unfortunately here is going to be Sorian Felix to kill R down to the Kane. Kane is not dead just yet, but Sorian Felix is going to pay the price as he's going to go down to the hands of Donut. 2 kills for the side of See You Soon. Flicker on forward, very aggressive. Donut picks up a double while Azu slays down Shadow. Kozen hopes to run away, but it's not going to be that easy. And actually, I might take it back. It is going to be that easy. So we are looking at the 1300 goal lead in favor of See You Soon. It's still the exact same situation as game number 1, where See You Soon picks up a very strong early game lead. However, they really need to get that settled down, and they really need to get more kills to Kozen. So right now, Azu and Kozen, they are fighting for farm in order to run. At this point, I'm not sure whether not getting the pre-level 5 kills. Typically, by now, you want a Fanny to have maybe 4 kills realistically in order to ramp. While he doesn't have that, they are all mostly just going to be bruises for Kozen now. Good Nature's Barrier. <clears throat> 30 seconds left until the next turtle eventually spawns. Kane tries to go for a little bit of snipe, but doesn't seem like he's able to do that. The Mountain Shocker gets him right out of dodge, ensuring that Azu don't get a free kill off of him, while D7 is taking a beating. Yet another kill credited to See You Soon, losing one of the main frontliners, but it's not that big of a deal. The stun down over to Sorian Felix can eventually go in, preparing for the TOR, but it's not gonna re-engage just yet. The turtle spawns. See You Soon does have the priority. So far, Donut is doing a really good job when it comes down to this Brody. Not something that we see all the time at all, but hey, as long as it works, it's not stupid. Kozen completely chased out of lane through the proxy. And the rest of the members, when it comes down to TOR for the side of Sorian Felix, didn't manage to land over top of Kane. Gets that kill. Not a bounty kill though, but PP goes for the retaliation over to the side of Sorian Felix. That is a 2-for-1 trade between these two. Hopefully, See You Soon is able to grab a little bit more, but alas, they did not. It is 1 for 2, still a 2,200 gold advantage. And in fact, they should be able to knock off maybe half HP off of this turret if the Grog comes back in time to kind of clear the way. The players are swifting through the game, with See You Soon having a great advantage with it about 2,500 gold lead. They are leading. But you know what else is leading? Infinix! Leading in the mobile game industry, of course, with the ultimate gaming power with the Infinix Note 50 Series MPL Edition! You gotta have to remember 90 watt wireless fast charging as well as 30 watt wireless charging. Don't forget 144 Hz AMOLED display. Okay? Take a look. Take a look at their phone. Take a look. Take a look. Please. Take a look. As the game is currently on a tad bit of a standstill. Gold earned coming from Donut as well as Kane is through the roof for now, while Kozen as well as Aizu is struggling to keep up, to get himself a little bit more gold, but it's not going to be as easy as you would expect. Aizu 1v1, taking a little bit too much pot shot from the side of Kane. He was hoping to go for a sneaky turret destruction down at the bottom, but that does not gonna work out too well for you. We'll move on. Lord is available. Siusun does have enmity of the Lord for now, as well as the priority of which. As such, D7 gonna be picked up for tap bit. As for now, PP as well as Shadow is gonna go straight in. Quick land, quick crash, and quick flicker from the side of PP, hoping that he will be able to get out of the dodge. But unfortunately, the TOR will catch him down. So will he catch onto Donut. But of course, the Flowing Blood re-engages and puts himself right into the face of Shadow to once again be the frontliner to ensure that Coulson is not going to be alone, as they have already lost D7. Zorian Felix got right out of the game, or rather got right out of the fight. This is a lot more of a better performance from the side of Zorian Felix. Way better than the previous game. However, this is not going to be putting themselves in a better spot, because right now you can see Siusun, they do have enmity of the Lord again. They are definitely going to be trying to take down this Lord as much as possible with 1100 damage per hit from Donut, 12 damage per hit from the side of Kane. Damn, that's a lot of damage. So, Lord's down in the hands of Kane. Zorian Felix, not a lot of HP to work with, and now picked up from the side of Accra. He's down now. The Circling Eagle gets himself out of dodge. Pro Esports once again and again is going to be playing from behind. Well, Siusun should be able to take down some of these turrets from the outside. I think Siusun has always been doing well in early games. But once they have hit the Lords, they eventually become very, very impatient. Taking a kill down on the Azu is going to be a nice chef's kiss. Not exactly the final nail in the coffin just yet, but it's going to be allowing them to take down this T1 turret in the middle lane. Pro Esports understands that there's no point in trying to defend this this T1 turret in the mid. Although most people would.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
I think they still have that in control. They should still have the mid lane T1 in control. There we go. Clears it fast. No engage. As everyone from the side of Siusun, actually they engages really offensively and very comical. So you can't exactly just poke the opponents out and have any form of high ground damage. So without high ground, they can't zone the members of Pro Esports away. So they're gonna have to just rampage right in and just hope to just jump into the face of Pro Esports. If they don't do that, they can't do it. Such. There's a pickup onto the side of D7. The turret in the middle lane is still up! It's still okay! Good defense, good defense, good defense. That's how important the T1 in the middle lane is. And as a matter of fact, Donut and Shadow, they still have a lot of farm for themselves, so they're totally fine. Actually, a small little sneeze is more than enough for Siusun to actually take down this turret. D7 does have Conceal. They're trying to engage onto something here, but right now, Shadow, he cuts between himself, or rather, he cuts between the front lines as well, in between of the back lines and the front lines of the side of Pro Esports. Kane comes into the back, hoping they will be able to get a decent amount of damage over the side of Coulson on map to bring him down. Wasn't able to, but is able to kind of shove the rest behind. So free turret, all these defense is not gonna do anything now. As Siusun once again will look for more opportunities, such as taking down the middle lane G2. It worked out. It worked out very well. Lots available. No naturally pushing lanes on anywhere just yet. So if Siusun wants to engage, they have to go all in. Sun lands on D7. Picks up on Zorian Felix, but Accra doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. Never mind! The healing is more than enough to keep him alive from the side of Azu. Threatened Azu with a bunch of damage that could potentially go to his way. Pro Esports, they're looking for an avenue and looking for the direction. Coulson have yet to pick up any kills to feed to that Sky Piercer at this point in time. We're gonna wait a little bit more. Look for more opportunities. And in fact, this is probably one of the opportunities that I'm currently looking out for, as Ace is just going to be putting himself right into the face of Shadow. However, taking a bit too much damage, he wasn't able to do much to Shadow aside from bringing him down to half HP. As such, the Lord is going to go down once again to the hands of See You Soon. He's going to be marching right back into the bottom lane. Pro Esports playing with their back against the wall again. And they have to go and play comeback game. Soon playing towards their against their MO. Pro Esports at this point in time, they can start to fight back though. They do have some farm that they can play for themselves, but Kozen's not getting the kills that he's able that he should, unlike the previous game. The catalyst of taking 2 kills for himself understandably puts him in such a better spot as compared to the rest of his team to be able to kind of kill and execute people. But now, you don't. Sharing it together with Star. Shadow goes to the Bravest Warriors, puts himself right into the face. Right down over to Sora and Phoenix on the TOR, hoping to be able to land a little bit. And now Flicker from the side of Kozen to get himself right on the dodge. Ace just going to be zooming all the way through, hoping to find one. And he's going to be finding Shadow. Shadow's still surviving, but not for long as Ace picks him up. Kane goes in for a slide and slash with his glaive and picks up that kill once again. Sorry, he did not kill anyone. I thought that he did. But that is 3 deaths for the start of See You Soon. Pro Esports, great defense. They can now march down in the middle lane and threaten this middle lane T1. Indeed will be able to. That's a snap. That's a replay that we want to see, right? The tectonic charge, literally a lot of crowd control just tossed out at the same time. But the damage from the side of Star is just a little bit crazy. In fact, a bit too crazy for the members from the side of See You Soon to kind of handle. If that happens more and more, then you can more or less be expecting that Star is a grave robber. Full and maxed out item from Kozen can only improve from this point on with the stacks that he could build up for himself for every creep that he kills. And of course, let's not forget about the Sky Piercer stacks as well. Once he has any of those, should be able to do a decent move forward to try to kill a little bit more of the members from the side of See You Soon. Shadow. We got 10 seconds until the Lord eventually spawns. The strong wave is actually down in the bottom lane, so they actually can't go for cross-map plays as of yet. Lord's enmity over to the side of See You Soon. And that's going to be the 2-man knockup over the side of Acra as well as PP. That is going to be pretty darn crazy from this point on in time. Continue to move on forward. As now it's going to be Sorium Felix that doesn't have a lot of HP to eventually work with. There's a nature's barrier. But the Lord is not going to go over to anywhere just yet. Still on a stalemate for both teams. Evolved Lord in the presence of See You Soon and Pro Esports. 4,000 gold lead in favor for See You Soon. They do have an advantage. And there we go, the tectonic charge manages to land over to the side of Shadow. There's not much that he can do as such. He's just gonna have to play Parcel all the way from behind. Pro Esports, they are taking the lead. They're managing to get the kills down. Kozen gets one. Azu, second one as well. Donut, he still has the immortality as such. He's not gonna be dead just yet. Kozen picks up a second one. So that is gonna be 20 stacks over to the Sky Piercer. This is what I'm talking about, Pro Esports. Always finding all these gold from absolutely nowhere. Finding all these wins from absolutely nowhere. As such, it's a 5-man stampede. Azu puts Akra in the tough spot. It will still be a death of Azu. But there's also going to be a death of Donut. No creep waves. Marching down in the middle lane. back home. Bottom lane is pushing out a little bit more. Sa gonna have to go back home to stop this. This might actually end. Will it actually end? Wait. Your own base. Your own base. Their own base. Their base. Oh my goodness. That's bloody illegal! How? Pro Esports, how?